the upcoming June 19th, Juneteenth coming up. You all know what we celebrate. We celebrate the end of slavery, and actually in Texas, the news were held behind so that the farmers and plantation owners could get another harvest in. And then with the delay, the slaves were informed that they were already freed years ago, like 2 years prior. How is that related with real estate? Well, till I believe the 80s, there were still zones and subdivisions that separated by color, by race, by background. Even a while ago, women were not allowed to do mortgages and things like that. So this is really wild and very recent. And we still have certain areas and subdivisions where in the deed restrictions, we have certain sentences in that definitely are racist. And all of us as agents and the public and the buyers and the sellers are overcoming this all together. I take big pride in having a super diverse base of clients. I have them all: black, white, green, blue, Smurfs, yellow, Asian. I have right now Asian. I just had Hispanic. I have white as they make them, typical American, from here, from the area. African, like literally from everywhere. Indian, I just had Indian recently, and I take pride in that because it is not racist. It is a culture. People like to do business with people that are like them. So I'm like the unicorn. I'm different to all of you. I'm German. I take pride in that. I'm totally comfortable in my own skin. And I also accept everybody else, while we all have different cultural interests or backgrounds where we come from, that sometimes rubs into our personality, that we simply do things a little bit different. Like us Germans, I was considered high D. I just figured out actually I'm not a D. Actually, I'm a high I. I'm a very much like a people person. But I do appreciate all the different backgrounds, and there is a cultural difference on, for example, real estate, how we all do business. So it is good to know about that and totally be aware of it. And there is nothing wrong or discriminating in recognizing you are a black woman, you are an Indian male. That's totally fine. And actually it helps to maneuver and navigate with those people through the transaction, because we do have different backgrounds. Juneteenth, what we also want to think about is diversity in general. It is not how many people think it's a holiday about black and white. Yes, that's where it's come from, but the whole celebration is about being inclusive about everybody and everything, male, female, gay, and all the whole rainbow, and straight, all the different cultures. Even to me, honestly, being brought up poor is such a heavy impact on your mindset compared to being brought up rich. What comes with different challenges. It's not all easy just because you were brought up rich. When we were raised with the silver spoon in the mouth, that comes with totally different challenges. So I take pride in helping all of these people. Some agents, for example, they don't put fixer-uppers on their MLS because they think it ruins their reputation. To me, it shows that I can do all of that. I love luxury. Don't tell me, like, you bring me 2 million in cash and you want to buy something pretty, let's get out there and hit the road and find you something gorgeous. But when you are a seller of a distressed property and the value is under 200K, I will work the same for you to get you top dollar for your listing. To me, that is being inclusive. And while I don't have to agree with everything, Indian cuisine, I don't understand. I don't know how they can eat that. They're very happy with that. Good for them. I'm a straight, white, a female, that is okay. I do not understand how other people make love, but if they like it, that's literally their topic, you know. And so we have different people, and while I don't have to agree with everybody's political opinion or whatever is out there, or I'm not immersed in every culture, while I try to be open-minded, I am totally open to help everybody. What we see in real estate also is, due to those laws that were in place actually until quite recently, we do have I talked earlier about generational wealth, and with that comes hand in hand that actually the population of color is underrepresented in America when it comes to home ownership. Why? Because of what is called redlining. And there were studies that even nowadays, when a certain subdivision, a certain area of town, doesn't have to be Houston, can be all over the US, has a certain population more than any other. My Glenlock Farm neighborhood is super diverse. We are like the melting pot here. But there are certain areas that are more Hispanic or more Black or all Indian or whatever. I always say they turn Sugarland into Little India. They will rename it one day, and Katie as well. But I cannot even say such things, because maybe someone will turn me in with track and try to take my license for a joke. So redlining means that agents are, let's say you have a Black couple and the agent believes, oh yeah, let's have the Black live with the Black. I show them a certain neighborhood. That is considered redlining, and of course would be discrimination, and we are not allowed to do that. And because of lender regulations and subdivision regulations, Blacks were pressed out of the market. And due to generational wealth, it takes generations to catch up on that. Yeah, we have an average 57% of home ownership, like of the population, people are homeowners, and Blacks are behind there around a 25%. So that is awful, right? And we need to make sure that we are changing that, yeah? And how do we change it? We change it by education. Working with an agent that has your best interest at mind, no matter which country you come from, what is your accent, and if you wear cowboy boots or not, or what you eat for breakfast, fried plantains or rice. I don't understand either, but that Germans have different breakfast. So that we catch up everybody, and that we are closing the wealth gap, and that we are helping everybody to catch up and have the same opportunities. By law, we do have that already. There is no more discrimination in real estate. Sometimes education. When we have first generation home buyers, it's a different background, as if the parents and the grandparents and the great grandparents already were homeowners. And that is our job all together. So let's all go together in Juneteenth with that mindset. And if you are considering to be a first time home buyer in your whole family, I am your agent. I would love to help you. I would love to help you crash through those barriers that were holding you back. I was recently told, actually by my pastor, when I helped a person that was very dear to his heart, or is very dear to his heart, he said, congratulations to the transaction. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's my job, of course. You're very welcome. I'm just doing my job. And he said, no, you did more than doing your job. And I'm like, oh, really? What do you mean? Like, I don't understand. And he said, you gave them hope. And that was what they were most short on. The problem was not credit score, the problem was not money or savings. The problem was that they were not even daring and thinking and hoping to be homeowners, and then to be homeowners of the home that we actually bought them. And I had no idea. I was just doing my job and being my happy self. But what I didn't know is I pulled them through for a good part of the path in my wind shadow and just encouraged them. And whenever they got discouraged, I just shared facts with them. And that is where we can help in real estate. Savings and your credit score, you guys need to figure those two things out and help me a little bit. Yeah, and the more you help me, the more I can help you to get the best mortgage, best interest rate, etc. But sometimes we just need someone to be on our team and pull us through the transaction, of course, in with their agreement. Like, I'm not pulling anyone who doesn't want to get pulled. I would if I could, I would, but I don't. Yeah, so everybody, same opportunity. If no one in your family had hoped to dare this, you should dare this, and just chat with me. 832-444-4923. Just had recently someone, she wants to be an investor, and we sold the property together. She put a good amount of money in her pocket, and now she, after catching breath for some months, she's ready to invest. And that would, as much as I understand, probably be a first in her family. So I love to just share life with people. I always say putting an engagement ring on the finger while we are in a transaction. I let you go after. We can break up after, we can stay friends, but I let you go after the transaction. But usually they come back later on, years later, or they send me their friends and families, and that's my compliment. That's my best compliment, where I know I've done a good job to my peeps. And like I said earlier, I don't care your color. I don't care if you were brought up rich or poor. I don't care if you doubt yourself or think you can do it. I will look at your situation and give you bloody honest German feedback. And then we get you ready and polished up and ready to buy your first place, second place, third place. I literally had clients that did many transactions with me. Yeah, and like I said, that's my best compliment, when someone refers me to their friends and family or uses me again for the next transaction. Okay, you guys make it a wonderful Thursday. Bye bye.